On today's episode of What Did I Get from My Local Fish Store, we have a new member of the livestock as well as a pretty cool new coral that I haven't had in a while. So let's go ahead. Let's get right into it, guys. Now, the newest livestock member is right on back here. As you guys can see, we got an amazing looking coral banded shrimp. Now, I've wanted one of these guys for a while because they look absolutely amazing. As you can see, he's still kind of getting acclimated to the tank surrounding. He's kind of just hiding in the corner, but he will probably claim one of these rocks as his home later on in the future. So he's just kind of walking around right now. But this guy in particular is going to play a pretty important role in this fish tank. And you guys will see what I mean once I feed the tank. So that's just a little hint. But yeah, he looks absolutely amazing. Some nice big claws on him, some great color. So we'll get some better shots once he kind of comes out. You can see he's kind of moving around now. And then as far as the new coral in this tank, you can come on right over here. It just got done acclimating and opening up. This is a Zoanthid. Now this Zoanthid right here, it looks absolutely amazing. It's got a yellow center with like an orange ring around it, and with the blue lights on, it looks absolutely phenomenal. I mean, I've never had a yellow and orange Zoanthid. All of mine are usually green, and that's just a really good looking Zoanthid, and that will add to the softy theme that we have going on in the tank right now, guys. And I'm really hoping that this Zoanthid right here can kind of take over this rock, and I would like to get some other colors as well, kind of like take over this rock coming up here. And once I get some other colors, we can get a cool little Zoanthid garden going on. So hopefully we will get some heads. There's about, let me focus here. There's about 5 heads on this Zoanthid. I know you can easily see 3. There's also one kind of in the back on top. Might be harder to look and find, but there's also one that is closed on that right side there. So 5 heads of Zoanthid, and we'll just have to see how this guy kind of grows over time. So the Zoanthid garden, you know, it's kind of cool, kind of makes sense. It's a classic move if you're going to have Zoanthids. Of course, I'm going to need more than just one kind, but we will get there eventually. But let's get on to why I picked up this amazing looking coral banded shrimp, other than the fact that it looks, you know, amazing, as I said. And I will explain with a quick feeding and maybe something really cool what happens. All right, now I have set my Higer power head into feeding mode. By the way, love that Higer power head. Shout out Higer for sending me one of those. But let's go ahead. Let's feed the fish. I have, let me come up here, a little bit of a heavier feeding, just some flakes and some pellets for this demonstration. Let me go ahead and I'm going to dump it down the back here. And this is a heavier feeding. But there we go. Now if we come in here and just give it a couple seconds. Number one, I'm actually curious to see if the shrimp will eat the new guy. Back there, look at them looking great. The fish are out and eating. The clownfish, of course. The yellow watchman goby and firefish are a little bit of a slower, they are a little bit slower to come out and eat. But as you guys can see, we also have a peppermint shrimp in there as well. And, you know, I have heard before that peppermint shrimp and the coral banded shrimp might not get along, but we will find out in due time. The whole purpose of this feeding was to display this. As you guys can see, the food has been in for literally a couple seconds. I just threw it in, and we are getting a bunch of bristle worms coming out. And this is just with like the pellets and flakes the bristle worms are coming out. It's not even, you know, that bad. It's way worse when I put in like some food for the corals, like reef roids, or if I put in like the phytoplankton, these guys come out like crazy. So you can see these guys are everywhere, and the coral banded shrimp is known to eat these guys because the coral banded shrimp is a scavenger, but it will eat your aquarium food. So I'm very curious to see if we can either A, catch on video the coral banded shrimp completely eating one of these guys, or you know, if we just notice over time that there are none left, because I have a pretty good amount in here. And these guys kind of go crazy. They're kind of gross. You can see one under that toadstool right there in this rock. They are everywhere. They come out of the GSP. As you guys can see, they're kind of gross. Look, you can see them in there. They are just, they're everywhere. Here you can really see them start to come out. You got one there, you got a handful here, a bunch coming out behind that rock. Oh, clownfish is coming to say hi. Look at all these guys in here as well. They're gross, and I mean, they're not really harmful. Oh, there's the firefish. They're not really that harmful, but they're gross. I don't want too many of them taking over. You can see there's some coming out here. But yeah, like I said, I don't want them to completely take over. But yeah, we're going to see if we can get the coral banded shrimp to eat some of these guys, because that would be great. And look how great the firefish looks, by the way. One of the most underrated looking fish, in my opinion. He looks absolutely stunning. But the coral banded shrimp has not moved yet. And hopefully in a future video, we can get this guy munching on one of these bristle worms once he moves out of his corner and sees that all of the food is over here. Now let's talk about some future changes coming to this tank, or just some future plans. Right off the bat, this toadstool right here, sometimes, as you can see, loves to flop over sideways. And I don't know if he's aiming towards the light or not, because actually when the light goes off, he actually bends the other way. I'll try to get a picture of what that looks like, or a little video. And then when the light turns on, he kind of bends the way he is now, curving to the right. So I might try to relocate that guy, and maybe try to separate him from the rock that the Kenya tree is on, just so they're not touching each other, kind of like they are now. But other than that, this tank, it's looking pretty good, other than, yeah, that coral kind of misbehaving. Some future, I guess, coral I would love to get for this tank is just some LPS again. I'd love to get a Duncan back in here. I'd love to get a hammer and frog spawn in here as well. I think those would look great, and that would absolutely just fill out this tank, as well as, you know, some more zoas for the zoa garden, and kind of just whatever else kind of cool comes my way. But those were kind of the for sure things I want to get in the future, is some of the, like, the LPS, and then some more zoas. Also, another future plan or goal for the saltwater side on this channel is I would love to upgrade this tank in more ways than one. I'd love to go bigger, but I'd also kind of like to get sort of a hobby grade saltwater tank, so to speak, something like a branded tank, like an Innovative Marine or a Red Sea reefer tank. I think one of those could be cool, or, you know, just whatever's out there. Something maybe with like all-in-one chambers in the back to hide, you know, like the heaters and, you know, all the filtration and stuff. I think that would be kind of cool. And of course, upgrading the size of the tank so we could have more livestock options, as well as just more room for corals, even though we still have plenty of room for corals in this tank. But just kind of thinking out loud, I'd love to get like a fish tank with low iron glass for sure, just for like viewing quality in real life and for the camera, because sometimes I could, you know, move this camera around and it can easily come out of focus, or like even, you know, looking at, you know, the picture quality through my camera, it's definitely a little fuzzy compared to real life. So some low iron glass, I think, would really, you know, just help everything overall, the overall visual of the tank. So you guys let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. But you guys, that will about do it for the little update on the saltwater reef tank today. I hope you guys liked what I have picked out here. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And let me know also what you think I should get for this tank in the future. Corals, livestock. I'd always love to hear you guys' opinions. And also, if you're new around here, please hit that subscribe button. I greatly appreciate it. I love all the support you guys have given me. You know, it truly is awesome that you guys care this much about my little tank. And hey, you know what? The biggest thing is that this tank is healthy and it rebounded from those dinos, which were definitely scary. But you know what? We're on the up and up, and the tank is looking good. I know I see this all the time, but I definitely have to clean off the back pane and the side pane of algae, so I will be getting to that. And as well as I have more content for this tank planned soon, as well as the freshwater tank. So don't be worried if you love the freshwater stuff too, because, you know, I'm making kind of both videos side by side. So, but with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy. Peace out, y'all.